I've been quite unwell this week. I had one of my wisdom teeth out on Monday and it left me with an infection and something called dry socket, which took me out for most of the week. I had difficulty eating, sleeping, and talking, and for most of it, I've been in quite a lot of pain. I tried to see some of my family, to do some baking for a friend, and fix some of my clothes. When I felt better, we attempted a walk in the Black Mountains in Wales, which was interrupted by some really bad weather. I felt kind of frustrated, realising that I was taking the time to look after myself, relax, and mend some of my things only after being ill. It's like we only take care of ourselves when we're in self-preservation mode. In a way, I guess it also shows that even when we're unwell, we have to be productive and take that opportunity to do and make and not just be. I've always been a creative person. Up until a year or so ago, I used to want to be a writer for my career. I spent most of my evenings, weekends, and periods of holidays and annual leave writing. For a while, I took commissions for writing and was able to make a small income from it, which really helped me for a time when I was unemployed. Sometimes I think I'll still go back to it. Sometimes I open an unfinished story and maybe I will. But I know I tied up how much I wrote with productivity and, in turn, self-worth. We live in a society that kind of mocks creativity and devalues it in the face of other talents and professions. And yet we rely on creativity in everything. Our homes, our clothes, the music that makes us sing, the look of the cars we drive to work or the posters we see on the train. This week the realization has been twofold. I've looked after myself because I've had to. The things I've wanted to do to slow down have only happened because I've been unwell. And it makes me sad to realize that when I haven't been able to do anything else, I've finally taken some time out to do things I've wanted to. The other realization is that it's okay to say no to things, even if you're well. We take our health for granted, I think, and we see it as a reason to be productive and make every second of our time be valuable. But there's value in nothingness and doing nothing. We don't need to be ill to stay at home, to do some baking or read a book. We don't need to be at half strength to slow down. Sometimes, maybe if we took more of that time, maybe we'd feel less like we couldn't take it. I tried to go to work at the end of last week, which was arguably when I was at my worst. I felt like I'd already taken too much time off, like I'd had the allocated amount, which is silly. I'm really privileged to have a job where I get paid if I'm sick, and I know that many of us don't. But no one knows us better than ourselves. It's okay to allow ourselves to be unwell. It's okay to unwind without reason. There is no such thing as time wasted when it's doing something you enjoy. So say no. Have a nap. Spend a day baking or reading or doing absolutely nothing at all. We have nothing to prove and our whole lives to live.
So I've just come down to the plot to put out some of the leaf mulch, which my granddad really kindly gifted to me. And you know, when you just look at something and you don't even know where to start, that's the kind of feeling I have at the moment with the plot. I always thought that summer and spring were those really hectic times and when there was a lot of work to do, but I look at it now and I think I was kidding myself a bit. There's just so much weeding to do. I need to build new compost bays. My ones are collapsing and they're just too big and not efficient enough for making compost. They can't hold the warmth. There's plants that need to come up, dahlias I need to put in pots, Brussels sprouts I need to pick so that I can finally cover the beds. I have a real struggle with weeding at the plot, just where the soil was so riddled with weeds when I inherited it, and I've probably not done the right thing and covered everything just for a year, but that's a year that I could make use of the space and I can still grow things well enough. It's just weeds are going to have to be a companion as well, unfortunately. Oh, there's just so much to do. I think I need to come down here on a really quiet blue sky morning when it's really cold and no one's here yet and just spend a few hours sorting through. There's a lot of work to do. There's no one here at the moment actually, except for a resident crow keeping me company. And it's so peaceful when there's no one here. I know a lot of people get allotments for the community and to have kind of to make friends really, and that's just not it's not what I come here for. I like the peace and quiet it offers me and the chance to reconnect with things that aren't people. I think we're so surrounded by people and we're communicating all the time and socializing constantly, whether that's in reality or through media and apps, and this is just the good time to have that moment of solitude and put your attention elsewhere. Oh, there's a lot to do, but I'm kind of looking forward to it.